what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. We're going to do another Abbey Road classic Beatles tune, The End. I love it. Some really cool chords in here, but none of it's really too hard, but just iconic for sure. Anyway, love your support, and I appreciate it. You can check out some free guitar lesson courses in the description down there. That'll really help you get better at guitar quicker than watching YouTube and scrolling all around. Enough of that. Let's do it. All right, so now this is The End, and it's A, D, B, E. If you're playing acoustic, or you could play a B7 to make it easier. So I'm going to an A major chord. So that's a climb up starting on the 4th fret A string. Into a B7 chord where that ring finger is leading there, or 3rd finger. On the A, D, E, E. There's another part you can add. So they're octave bends or unison bends. And so I'm bending the 12th fret G up a whole step while I hold the natural 10th fret B. Then I go over to the 10th fret high E and bend the 13th fret B up a whole step. So they're bending up. That's bending up to that note. So then the same thing up a whole step. Yeah, it doesn't really do that last thing. But so you got... Now another harmony you could do is... So that I'm just doing the G and B string. All the same shape. And so I just did 4th fret G, 3rd fret B. And just slide it up half steps until you get to that little piece of the B7 where that is the 8th fret and that is the 7th fret, G and B. So, all right. And then that is 5-3-0. 5-3-0. Does that again. A, D, B, E, A. Finally, love you. A7, but A major with the pinky off. And then a D7, and I'm going to play a C7 up a whole step. Just like a C shape, boom, pinky's on the G string. A7, D7, A7, D7, A7, E7, A7, D7. All three string playing Beatles are doing trade-off solos, and each of their tones a little different and their vibes a little different. It's really awesome to listen to, but you just think of that as like an A blues thing going on there. And then finally, we get to that great little part at the end. The end, literally. And in the end. So I start with little triads because it's piano, but that's what you're hearing. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm playing an A major triad up here. And in the end. So that's 14 on the G, 14 on the B, 12 on the high E. G, D, G. And I'm just using voicings that follow the vocals. So I'm playing a little G major triad up here, which is the 15 on the high E and B and the 16 on the G. Then the little D shape where that middle finger would be on the 14th fret. And then G major triad is like what I was using for A major, but down a whole step. So triads. I played it different the time before. It's the same chords though. So dun 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 G, D, G. Then I go up to F major, which is just like this G major right here, but down here. So 13, 13, and 14. E minor triad, which is 12 across G, B, E, down to D. And then I'm playing that, you could think of it as C major or A minor 7 because of the triad. They're just higher end triads. So, and then D minor, which you could just to G major, to C major. So before I did D minor, G major, C there, or D minor, G, C, and then I go full chord because, you know, it builds up. So that's a G major bar chord right there. D minor, G major, full C bar chord. And then it's a D, but what gives it that really cool quality is the C is still in the bass. So the way I did that is I'm playing that. And it's not that hard, but it's just what I'm doing is I'm taking this piece of a D major, but that's a D root. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get a C in the root instead of that D. So you just take your index finger and I'm going across that 7th fret D, G, B, and then grabbing that C note on the 8th fret E with my middle finger, and the A string's just muted out by my middle finger by not barring, just it's touching it. So next part. And in the end, G, D, G, F, E minor, D minor, G major, C, D over C, C minor 7, F over C, C major. So, that next chord, C minor 7, I play it like that, where I was going like this. So then my ring finger just covers a half step higher on the D, G, B, 8th fret, along with that same fret as the middle finger. Then I switch to index on that 8, so I can still hit that C root, and I think of it as F major, but with the C, so you could call that C sus as well. But it's really functioning like this. Yeah, no, C, D, but instead C stays in the bass, so you would get All right, thanks again for watching. Appreciate your support. I got some free courses down in the description down there that can help you get better at guitar quicker. And, you know, love all other kinds of support. Obviously, I'm kind of social media and all the other things you can follow. So thank you. Take care.